So, after Shams reported that Giannis is exploring options outside of Milwaukee, the Greek Freak's future still undecided. Since being drafted by the Bucks in 2013, Giannis has gained quite the resume, winning a title, Finals MVP, regular season MVP twice. So Giannis took to Twitter to have some fun answering fan questions. He said his favorite city to play in on the road is New York, and Florida cities make him the most happy to visit. Okay, Marcus, I'll start with you. I co-sign on this. My favorite place to work is New York because you're all here, and Florida cities also make me the happiest. So I'm with him. Are these tweets something or nothing?
I would say nothing. As a player, the Garden in New York always was my favorite place to play. Like the energy you get when playing in New York and playing in the Garden is just literally unmatched, right? And being a guy that's in Milwaukee, when I'm talking about Giannis, when you get to Florida and you get out, you get off the plane and it's sunny and you like, man, I can see myself here. Which begs the question. I feel like Miami is the spot.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a spot.
Reading deeply into this answer, ask me anything.
No, nothing bad. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead, go ahead.
We know you are a big fan of Florida. I also think this is nothing. I think when you talk to most NBA players, the three cities they mention, New York, Miami, and LA, especially to Marcus's point, if you're coming from a small market. And I just think this was engaging. Now, I am fully aware that Giannis was probably smirked when he was answering these questions and was like, this is going to get him going. Because, yeah, it is. But I also think if there is any truth to New York, I don't know what the Knicks' flexibility is. They obviously are on an incredible run this year. But I think you got to look at Brooklyn as, like, a piece of this conversation. Now, I don't know how quickly they would be prepared to win, and I think winning is a big piece of whatever Giannis is going to do next. But if he can get on board with the timeline.
Yeah. The Heat need a superstar, too. Stephen A.?
Both of you are wrong.
Oh.
You're wrong.
Oh.
This is something, and let me tell you why it's something. Because if you talk to members of the New York Knicks, they certainly believe they have a possibility. And they believe they have a possibility for one reason and one reason alone. They think it's possible that Giannis will say he wants to be in New York. That's why. Because when you have a superstar of his magnitude, obviously, even though he has 2 years left on his deal plus a player option, if he makes it clear that he doesn't want to be a part of an organization, that's not a location you're going to move him to. And because that's the reality, you'll probably need a third team if it were to happen. Because of the numbers involved and the players that the New York Knicks would give up wouldn't be enough, because what players would be enough for Giannis? But in the end, if this superstar, and he is a superstar, if this brother says, I want to be traded to the New York Knicks, and he tells Milwaukee that, and Milwaukee gets on the phone and tries to work out a deal with the New York Knicks, it most certainly could be done under those circumstances. Those are the only circumstances it could happen. It can't be where they're competing against a bunch of people. No, it has to be Giannis like, I want to go there. And they believe it's possible he may say that.
What about the Heat?
So to me, it leaves it open. Well,
what
of course.
What about the Nets? Are those possible?
Well, not the Nets. The Nets.
Why?
I got to disagree, right? I think the Nets can possibly be there.
Giannis says it.
But I don't. No, it's not Giannis.
That's what I'm talking about, what Giannis going to say. If Giannis coming to New York, he ain't going to Brooklyn.
So is Milwaukee. What if they don't want the assets that New York coming up with? What if they want to blow it up and start it all over?
Wait.
Brooklyn has.
Everything is predicated, Marcus, on Giannis saying where he wants to go. That's what I'm saying. So you think
wherever he says he wants to go, that they're going to send him wherever, no matter what the package is.
He should go to New York or Florida.
I don't think they just go.
I'm not saying they don't get what the package is.
He should go where makes him
happy. They got to make sure they get an equitable package.
Hey, I got to ask you this question. So if y'all get to the finals, no, just say if New York win the finals and Giannis say, I want to go to New York, are you changing that team and getting Giannis?
Good question, Marcus.
Good question.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I would too.
Apologies.
I just wanted to see what you were going to say.
My apologies
you were good with your
to anybody. My apologies outside of Jalen Brunson. My apologies to every player, every assistant, every manager, every equipment manager, the custodial workers, the security guard and security is always good to me. I love them. I love all them brothers. Damn it, I'd give up myself for Giannis to be in New York if it mattered. I mean, I don't give a damn what it is. Giannis.
So it's not about championships.
Giannis in New York.
Monica?
So is it about championships or is it about Giannis?
July?
No. I'm saying to you, Giannis will come and win one.
We need June to happen because we need to know what's going on.
I agree with that,
This is
too.
just the first domino that would be falling.
Sure.
By the way, Monica.
Yes.
You're a vet
I
at
got
this
surprised,
point, but I've been around a little
Thank-
longer than you, and I just want you to know the cameras are always rolling, okay?
What?
So there's a casualty here. I'm glad that you appreciate your makeup artist, Laura, our friend who we all love, but I mean, we just gotta be careful.
My earring got stuck in Laura's hair. It's a lovely earring. Thank you, Selena, for these beautiful earrings. I was giving her a hug, and
I think Laura did that on purpose. I think Laura did that on purpose. She just wanted to be on TV.
So good
She
to
just
you all
wanted to be on
these
TV
years.
again.
And
That's
you're
what that
gonna throw her
was.
under the bus. Stephen A., start with you on this.
Well, what I said earlier, I stand by. It's unfortunate. I applaud the WNBA for their statement. I certainly applaud Monica McNutt and Chanel Gumike for saying what they said a bit earlier on in the show, and obviously you too as well, Molly. There's no place for this. It's a disgusting thing for us to have to deal with. It's shameful that any human being would have to deal with that in this day and age. But let's just not act surprised. You can't legislate what's in people's hearts. There are very ignorant and malicious and vicious people in this world, and that is always going to be the case. As the world was created, so was the devil. That's how it goes. And we understand that everybody doesn't have kindness and decency in their heart, that their definition of happiness is lowering people to their level of misery and contemptuousness. We understand it, we lament it, but it is a reality. And so what we have to do as a society, a sports community and beyond, is to make sure that we identify those who are willing to engage in such incendiary rhetoric, call them out on it, and make sure, most importantly, that we come together as one in condemning such speech, such acts, such thoughts, etc., by letting folks who think like that and feel that way know you're not really, really welcomed in our society. And until that day arrives, you're always going to have people like this, and they're never going to go away. But I also think that because they're not going to go away, you know what? Let them expose themselves, because that way you can find out those who are agreeable with them and those who are not. And by being able to identify the differences between the two when we see them, we're able to carve out those people and shove them to the sides, to the fringes per se, where they belong.
No,
Yeah.
I get when you're saying when people show you who they are, believe them. But I would say not just call them out, Stephen A., get them out.
Yeah.
Because that's still your work environment. So that wouldn't be allowed in any other work environment. So it doesn't mean that fans should be getting by and shouldn't be getting kicked out of arenas for that as well.
I just get scared that folks will know how to hide a bit better, and they would be in positions of influence where, you know, the more the quickness with which we call folks out, it's dicey, because you want them out, just like you just said. It's just like you just said, Molly. It's just that sometimes I wish that we would pause and let a little bit more come out so we can find out how many more of those people actually exist. That's just me, but I get where y'all are coming from.
I